Well, hello,
Oh
hello.
my gosh.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Episode 7.
Lord, somebody play Mace. My God, every single time. My God.
My gosh, we can't even get to the intro without you pissing me off every time. Welcome back to the I'm Not in the Mood podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Episode 7.
Episode 7.
It's wonderful to have you.
Yes, as always. Always, yes.
All right, introduce yourself, best friend.
Oh, well, hello there. My name is Theo, Mr. Please Don't Irk Me. And yeah, I am here. I'm so excited. Episode 7. I'm Not in the Mood podcast. They call this, I believe, 7 is called completion.
That's, ooh.
Oh.
Don't start.
My Lord. All right now. But yes, I'm so excited with my best friend, of course. And to my left and to your right, my Lord.
Ooh, you know, I just want to, the way you just know your directions fluently takes me out every time. I would have to think about it.
You still try to do the L thing. It's really crazy.
I really do. I actually just did it on the way here. Anywho, my name is Jade. Hello,
Yes.
how are we?
Good. Yes.
You know, we always start off with our mental health
Yes, our
check-in.
mental check, my Lord.
Scale of 1 to 10. What are you feeling like these days?
Well, mentally, I really am at like a good 9, I would say.
Okay.
Now
I
my
love
body
that for you.
my body's at a 2. My Lord.
Okay.
But my mental health is just really great. I'm loving. I think the last time it was an 8, probably.
Yeah,
I think
you
so.
are climbing.
I am climbing.
Climbing
I really
Mount
am.
Everest. I love that for
listen,
you.
Little, step by step and
All
what?
right, day by day. All right now.
But yeah, I am really excited about all the stuff that's really happening right now. So.
Because you're doing a lot.
I actually am doing
Pretty
a lot.
busy.
I am pretty busy these days. I
Ooh.
am. I mean, I like it because I was just telling my crew today, I was just like, I'm like really tired, but then
His work crew, not his street crew.
work crew. I'm so sorry. My work crew, I was telling my work crew, I was just like, I'm tired, but like, this is what I really want to do.
Yeah.
This is, being a part of the media, doing my thing and, being in places, networking with people. So like, I'm tired, but I'm just like, I'm also doing what I'm like supposed to be doing. So it gives me like a lot of energy in the end, but I still am tired as hell.
I understand.
I mean, very tired.
I understand.
Literally at a 2.
Okay.
Literally almost at
I
my
hear
end.
it.
How about you?
Okay, so mentally I would say I'm at like an 8.
Oh,
I know.
my Lord. Now
Okay.
that's the highest.
That I think so.
That's the highest
I think
one. That's
so.
the highest one.
Yeah.
Because I think you were at like a 5 or a 6.
It fluctuates, you know?
I think you were at a 6 last time, and we were on
whatever
theme.
way the wind blows,
Right.
that's kind of what it gives.
That's going to take me out every time. However the wind blows, we just never know. We just never know. Why is it at 8 this time? I love this for you.
I honestly, I don't know, because when I tell you that life is beating me up and I am fighting for my life.
My God.
But I don't know. I think I just, in the midst of all the chaos, like it's just good stuff going on, and that's what I'm focusing on. So
Taking only the good. My God.
I'm trying to change my outlook, trying to change my perspective.
I'm here for
you
that.
know? We'll see how long it lasts. Pray for me.
May last till tonight, may last forever. We don't know.
We don't know. Pray for me, Lord. All right. So,
Prayer list.
in the
In the announcements.
please.
Okay, focus, Theo, Lord
All right,
Jesus.
please don't
We
start.
are like 5 minutes in, my Lord.
All right. So at the beginning of the year,
Yes.
we were talking about goals for this year.
Yes.
All right. So we have, Q1 has passed.
Q1 has
We
passed.
have started Q2.
We have.
Where are you at in that process? Are you on track? Have you checked anything off?
I have checked off a lot of things. Now, my thing is the first thing I was supposed to check off, haven't checked off yet.
I already know what it is.
And you already know
Yeah.
is getting a therapist.
Yeah.
I have yet to do that yet.
Mhm.
It is on my list.
All right. Well,
It's at the top. I may be marking the ones at the bottom a little bit faster. No, but I really am. I would say like I'm really at about a good 80% of like executing the goals for 2025. And it feels good to say that because I feel like I'm putting in a lot of work and I feel like the fruits are starting to grow from my labor. So I am really, don't start nothing, please. I am not in the mood. I think I'm just really proud of myself. I think that's why I put myself up at a 9 for the mental check, is that I'm just really proud that I'm making it happen.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Because you were doing a lot. You put in a lot of work. Put in a lot of hours. I see it. I see it.
It's a lot with editing. It's a lot with putting, scripts together. It's a lot with doing like outlines. Even when we write the outline for the show and things like that. Like, sometimes that stuff is stressful.
It is.
My God. Because, we try to make sure things are entertaining. We try to make sure that people are happy with watching our content and things like that, making sure they laugh, get some healing.
That is relevant.
Yeah, yes, that is relevant, up to date, like literally.
We had to revamp this.
Okay, listen, we definitely had to. But yeah, I believe that I'm on the right track. Now, am I at 100% of executing my goals? No. Definitely not. I really do need to buckle down and say, Theo, like before your birthday, you need to find a therapist. I think that would be a great birthday present for myself. Even though I know that sounds crazy a little bit.
I don't think that sounds crazy.
To gift yourself a therapist.
Well, therapist is only going to help with your mental. I think that's a great gift.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah, that's very true.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I am definitely headed in the right direction for sure.
All right, somebody call India.
Okay. Great song.
It really is.
Great
I might listen
album.
to that.
Oh my God.
I think I might have to
India was a cover to cover.
Oh my God. Zero skips, including all the intros.
And including all interludes.
Yes.
Including all the closing songs because there were 15 other added tracks. Oh my God.
But it really was
she
no
did
skips.
add 7 bonus tracks. I was just like, this song is literally 30 tracks.
But it was 30 tracks of amazingness.
Of really goodness. How about you? How you executing your goals for 2025?
I would say I'm like 50% of the way on like everything. Well, no, lies. I guess I'm like 90% of the way on one. Yeah. Because, I graduate.
You do. You do graduate with what?
Ooh.
A master's, my Lord. Well, what are you mastering?
I'm mastering how to stay employed at this point. No, human resource management.
Okay, first of all, okay. Something we all need to try to master. Listen, we'll talk about a person later about who needs to master that later when it comes to HR things, my Lord. But that's exciting. Oh my gosh. And you always said like you've been in school for a long time.
My whole life.
No, literally you've been in school since we were like kindergarten all the way through. You have yet to stop. I don't know how you're doing this.
I don't
especially mentally too. Being a wife, being a mother.
It's really hard. I'm not going to say that I don't recommend because I don't want to, discourage
2 out of 5 stars,
But it is very hard. It is very ghetto. It's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
But it is going to be worth it when I cross the stage.
Definitely.
Especially having like my wife and my son there when I cross the stage. So it'll be worth it. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you, a college won't see me until my son goes. I am done.
And we're talking about dropping him off.
For me to go back to school, they would have to not only pay for school, but pay me to go. Like,
absolutely.
I'm done.
And
I don't have anything.
We're not
else
talking about
for
extra
you.
loan money.
No,
we're talking like grant after grant after grant.
I'm talking about bill paid in full and then a little extra from my time because I'm done. I've had enough.
So you would never go for your doctorate?
No, in what? Like for what?
I don't know because I've heard people get their doctorates in some crazy stuff, and I was I like
what
that.
What do you need? For what? Like, what do I don't know. Some things are really kind of crazy. Like, why are you a doctor of math? I just need to, like, what are you going to do? How does that advance your career?
Now. Oh my God. Listen, I ain't got a degree, so let me shut my behind up.
I'm screaming. It's all right. You don't need one.
Matter of fact, I track some college on my, Okay,
I'm hollering. Please.
I promise you I'm done.
Please. Y'all, I cannot. Let's jump into these hot topics.
Okay. Woo.
First of all,
you've not been ready for this one.
First of all, you know, it happened a little while ago, but I had posted today because Chris Brown tickets are on sale. And
For
I
sure.
just wanted the people to know that I want to go.
Okay.
Discuss that amongst yourselves, work it out, take up a collection.
Do whatever you need to do.
Take up a collection. But in honor of Chris Brown, you know, he had his Residuals challenge. Well, actually Tank started it.
Tank started it, yes.
But I've heard quite a few of them.
I heard all of them at this point.
Right.
Yeah. Lord.
Who do you think? Like whose did you like? Whose did you hate?
Well, can I say this, please? Can somebody put the camera on me? I will say this. I am auto-tuned out.
Yes.
I can't. I can't do another one.
What did Jay-Z say? Deaf to auto-tune?
No, my Lord. Everybody has some gosh darn auto-tune. I did like most of them. Okay, so I will say one that definitely irked me was that guy where like I know a song hates see him coming.
Trevor Jackson.
Trevor.
The fact that I knew who you were talking about because
I really
hate
couldn't. Like,
when I scroll
really
through
couldn't.
and I see him with a mic.
Yeah,
and
I'm
not
just like,
because he can't sing.
No.
It's just be
not
like
that.
it's something else.
No, it's just that his like mannerisms, like the way that he tries to connect with the music, is very ugly.
Yeah.
So then it becomes a cringe.
Yeah.
And then I'm like looking at it like, ugh.
And I hate that for him. I
really hate that for him. I really, really do. You know, he does like, because you know, Tank, I think, trained him like in some areas, stuff like that. But he gives what Tank usually does, you know, little white yay. You know, even though I love Tank, you know, we love Tank. We love Tank. Okay, right. The thing about Trevor is he sounded good. Mm-hmm. That guitar, no. Mm-hmm. No. Now there were some parts that were really good, but then you could tell that he had very off notes.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that nobody didn't like clock it a little bit, like, hey bud. And just say, hey bud, just want to let you know. It's a little rocky with some of these notes. But it's just that the notes weren't like they were wrong, they were off. But at the same time, like if he would have moved his chord progression a little bit quicker, it could have worked for him a lot better. But he was lagging with the notes that some of the notes in the run were not ending in the chord progression. So I'm just like, yeah, so you have to stop. I mean, ASAP. Who did you like? Who you think had the best one?
I like Tanks, of course, like because I love Tank. I liked Vito, Mario.
Mario's always going to sing down. There's never going to be a time he's not going to kill it.
Who else did I like? Because I heard a lot of them.
There was one singer that I actually did. I love her voice, but I didn't like her residual.
I wonder if we're thinking about the same person.
Carvina Jones.
Yes, I didn't enjoy it, and I really love her.
I love her, but I know sometimes, like, you know, she does a lot. Yeah. Sometimes, and sometimes like I'm following with her, but then sometimes like I get lost a little bit. Like I don't know if you know about her. She did a song with James Fortune, and it's called "Smile," right? And it's her and a soprano leading, like they're doing like a duet, and they're pretty much like battling for the best run. And that's what I felt like Carvina was doing. That's what I feel like. And even though the runs were nice, I'm just like, yeah, but like, okay, we get that you guys can do runs, but like some stuff just doesn't fit. And I think that's what happened with Carvina. Even though I love her voice, the girl can sing down for real. But that one, I just didn't like that one. Though.
I think overall, a lot, like majority of the challenges was like, they were really run heavy. Yeah. And I didn't get that because the song is not
the original
heavy.
Because that's what I did first. Because I was like when you said the topic, I was like, well, first let me listen to the song so I can see where everybody is stemming from, where they're getting the ideas from. So when I listen to Chris Sean is simple.
It is.
It's very simple.
It is.
And I'm just like, how did we get here, y'all? Y'all harmonizing on the chorus. Y'all harmonizing doing this. I'm like, Chris didn't do that.
No.
And I understand it's a challenge. You want to be different. But like, I feel like y'all are battling to be on the remix and he choosing none of y'all.
Will there be a remix?
I don't know.
At this point, he doesn't need to have
I definitely
a remix.
Wouldn't want it. I definitely wouldn't want it for sure. But I definitely love Tank's. I think Tank was the most one that was pulled back, reserved. He didn't do that much. He just really just sang the song.
Right. And I also liked, so there were two that I liked, and that was Jacob Lattimore and then Sammy.
I was surprised by him. I was surprised by Jacob. I didn't know he could sing like that.
So, in my introduction to Jacob, he could not.
Okay.
But that was like a really, really, really long time ago because my introduction to him was, what was that movie? Jennifer Hudson was his mom. Black Nativity.
Okay.
That was my introduction to him, but that was like a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time
And then he also kind of, in that movie, like he got upstaged because it was a musical, but Jennifer Hudson, Tyrese, Luke James.
Poor baby.
Right. Like,
didn't stand a chance, my lord.
But no, his was really good. And then I liked Sammy's. I think why I liked theirs was because they were like using it to tell a story of like their life or like where they were, and I appreciated it.
I really like Sammy as well. I didn't even know he had that type of range a little bit when he was like towards the end and stuff like that. I said, okay, Sam.
Yeah, I like him.
We see it. I like the way.
I'm screaming.
I was really happy for him. I really was. No, because you know how people try to play Sammy and say like Sammy. Well, it's really just Ray J saying that like he can't sing better. Ray J couldn't sing to save his life, and I'm happy that he didn't touch this challenge. That would have been terrible.
I want the confidence that Ray J has because, sir,
I mean, he really thinks he's really top tier.
And you can't, but that's a conversation. I
mean, he had one wish, and that wish really fell through. It wasn't a good wish.
If we're not waiting a minute, I don't really want to hear anything
Kim,
from I don't really want to hear anything from him. But we had some.
Not for not waiting a minute.
I still play that to this day. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Still
great
in rotation.
Song, beautiful song.
But we had some gospel artists jump on it too.
We did.
First of all, it's par for the course, but why would J Moss get on them people's screens and sing like that?
Well, you know J Moss been singing a while.
I know. That's what I said. It's par for the course, but why would you do that?
And you also know J Moss' background is really top
right.
tier.
That's why I was just like, Jay.
I mean, even when he did the song "Can I Get to the Yams," like when he did that one too, I was just like, Jay, like James. There is no reason why you coming out here like this, James Moss. There is no reason at all.
And then we had Alec I don't know.
He can do no wrong in my eyes. He can do no wrong in my eyes. Me. You know, the whole world can do no wrong in my eyes.
Jonathan McReynolds, like I can't ever find anything to
literally
ever say.
Nothing. Can never do no wrong in my eyes whatsoever. Zacardi could never do no wrong in my eyes.
And he didn't do no wrong in this challenge.
I mean,
I was here
he could
for
sneeze
it.
wrong. And I'd be like, you know what? That's a sneeze right there.
No, I really do love Zacardi. He's ridiculous.
Did it irk you that the gospel people did it? Did you look at it or side eye or anything?
No.
Good. Because some people just like, you're supposed to sing for the Lord. Y'all, please. Hell is available. Go there. Please grow up. Oh my God.
No, I did not look like sideways or anything. I was just like, okay, let's do it then. I'm here for it. You know who? Never mind. No, she couldn't have, and that's no shade because I love her. But.
Well, how did you feel about the SWV girl?
That's
that silence was really crazy.
No, so that's
Escape. My bad.
I actually really hate her. Hate such a strong word because I don't know that lady.
My lord,
I do. Okay,
actually from McCann and Paint,
right?
You don't know her at all.
I've never in life been a fan of Escape.
Never.
Do I think they have like bops and are there songs that I still listen to? Yeah, but like as far as vocals, never. And
Beautiful
Latasha Scott. Latasha Scott is one of them. I feel like she still has potential. That's how I feel. Because I feel like she can start off really good and then she'll do the most and she'll lose me every single time.
Her sister sings a lot better than her.
She's definitely the best singer in the
literally
group.
Any day. Like literally.
Definitely the best singer.
My thing is I liked it. Did I laugh? Yes. The first time around I did laugh really hard because I was just like, why are we doing this? Like, why?
I just felt like, girl, call your sister.
Why was this on your itinerary today?
That's
like,
how
why
I
did you
felt.
think that, like, going to the studio, using somebody's phone, using somebody's mic, your lips syncing, you know? I was like, yeah, so it's a no for me. It really isn't. But when you actually listen to it, like, it is a good one, but I just would have rather you just called. We never needed you to do it with the challenge. But bless her heart. Bless her heart. That's all I got for her. That's literally it. She can sing, though, like you said. She'll do the same run over and over again.
She can be in the choir.
She can. We can give her the bridge. No, can't give her the bridge. The bridge
Bridges
is really
are for
important.
Michelle.
Bridges are for Michelle and Michelle only. Michelle Williams, and that's all. No, that's so unfortunate. Well, I mean,
poor unfortunate soul.
I mean, poor Joseph, my lord. Little insider, my lord.
I'm moving on because I hate you so bad. I'm trying to keep my composure, Lord Jesus. Since we're talking about the gospel industry, let's talk about Marvin Sapp, child, because the people are in a uproar. Okay, they said he done held them people hostage.
Told them to lock the doors.
I mean, he did tell them to lock the doors, but like, were they hostage?
No, he said close the doors. He never said lock the doors.
You're right. I'll give you that. But like, were they really hostage though?
No, they were not. See, now my thing about that whole thing is this happened 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. So this isn't a clip that happened recently.
I thought he didn't look like that.
No, because it doesn't. This clip was from 2 years ago. Not only was it 2 years ago, this was during an actual convention. This was during a convention or during like convocation or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. So during that time, everybody knows that after service, there are tables and everything set up outside, right? So while that stuff is set up outside, people have to go to those tables to set up for the people so that when they do come out, they can be ready to, you know, take care of anything they need to take care of. If they want to buy a T-shirt, they want to buy some food, or if they want to do whatever they want to do. That's why he told them to not move, because that's what black people love to do towards the end of the service. It's like, okay, let me grab my stuff and start heading out. Which I understand, you know. I think it was really his tone that said it, that him saying it like multiple time, close the door. I think that's really what it was to set people off, but that's regular church stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I'm trying to understand, like, and when he said, y'all act like he was asking everybody in the sanctuary to give $1,000. He said 20. If you got 20, give it.
But also, like, I guess for me,
I also never liked that in church, to be honest. Never.
For me, yeah, because you're definitely supposed to give cheerfully.
Yes.
But also for me, like, maybe because I'm like a bit of a rebel, but like, okay, I'm not giving $20. So now what do we do?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Because that plate's going to pass right by me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, wow, man. Doesn't look like we're going to get to 40.
Did you need this?
Doesn't look like we're going to get to 40 today. My God.
Did you need this?
Right.
I'm sorry. Let me pass that. Like, what?
They should
so
need to take
that's
the
why I'm
cameras
just
out.
like, people being like, they held him. Okay.
Yo, this is regular church stuff.
It really
This is why I
is.
said we really have to take sometimes the cameras out of church, because like some people will not understand certain things that happen inside of church, the culture of church. Just like white people never understand black culture. And we will never understand white culture because we're not a part of it. We understand what we're actually a part of.
I've been in many a service where they run that plate back around because they didn't
Because they didn't make
in the
enough.
back and they ain't make enough.
Mm-hmm.
This love offering is not lovely, so we're going to run this back.
And I mean, and also another thing, also think is, and I'm making cancel for this, I really think it's really a denomination thing. Because when I went to non-denominational, they never did that. Never, not once they ever said, like, can I get the $100 line, the $20 line, the $50 line? I'm just like, that's really crazy. I've never seen it. I've only seen that in Baptist and Kojic and Apostolic. I have never seen that in like non-denominational. Never seen it, not once. Because they, not saying they don't believe in the word, but like, they know that we're supposed to give cheerfully regardless. Yeah. You're supposed to get whatever you can.
Yeah.
Like literally. But yeah, that's how I feel about Marvin. I think Marvin did no wrong. He may have been assertive too much, but I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah. And like you said, if you grew up in the church or you know church culture, then you know it's just like, okay,
That's regular
they want
stuff.
us to give $20. I'm not doing it though. So what y'all doing after this?
Right.
Like,
and actually, I'm still gonna use that $20 to go out to eat with the people afterwards because that's what the 20 was for.
yes, like this is for my 2 for 20.
Okay. We were going to Chili's. My God, I don't know what you thought this was. I love Marvin. You know we love Pastor Marvin.
We do. Before we talk about the Orange Man, let's talk about Tamar. Because don't do my sis.
You know we love Tamar.
It has been recently like Tamar versus everybody.
Everybody.
And here's my thing. On my stance, she's not always right. But she ain't always wrong.
No, that is very true.
And sometimes people try her. Mm-hmm. And then when she comes back,
they hide their hands,
it goes into this narrative of she's always arguing with somebody, she's always doing this, she's always doing that. And it's like, she is, but also like you came for her. So here we are.
But most of the time, Tamar goes for the people first. Because Tamar is always on 1,000. That whole thing with Craig, that thing was wild.
I don't really think so, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me why. Talk to me nice.
Because I had to do some research too, child. Because Maddie don't be cutting her shows and giving timestamps.
No,
but I went back to the episode when Craig was talking about Tamar.
Okay,
and he was going in a little bit, right? And it's not necessarily that what he said was totally wrong or it wasn't like the opinion of a lot of people. I think it was more so his delivery. And that's not his friend.
Okay.
And he even said during that episode, if I were friends with her, so you're not her friend, but you were like kind of dragging her a bit. So she pulled up because you were dragging her. Because Maddie was like sticking up for her on certain things, and I felt like Craig was being unfair on certain things because he was talking about like okay, like Tamar she might go back and forth with somebody in the comments that's like being disrespectful in her comments. And Maddie was like, okay, well, I do the same thing. And it was like, yeah, but it's different when you do it. But why?
Okay.
Like, why?
Okay, so
why is it okay for some and not okay for others?
And
that's kind of like what she was saying. We all do the same thing, but it's a problem when I do it, but it's okay when everybody else do it.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Okay. I can see. I just don't think that it was handled the right way. I don't think that there should have ever been a time that she was handed a mic and they were having this conversation inside of a room in front of other people. I think that it could have been, and I truly understand that he has his audience, she has her audience. I get that. But as adults, even with us saying whatever we said, if I see you in person, then like I'd be like, can I speak with you in private? Or
I agree.
Or do you believe that like if it's done publicly that I'm gonna shame you publicly?
I'm like
this
50-50.
About to go deep.
No, I'm like 50-50 down the middle. I'm like 50-50 down the middle because I feel like you didn't pull me to the side to give your opinion. So why do I need to pull you to the side to tell you how I felt about your opinion? But at the same time, I also believe in
y'all
like
are
the
over
optics.
40.
Yes, but I also believe in like the optics of things. And again, Tamar is not always right, but she's not always wrong. However, the narrative around her is that she is always the one that starts. And I know that she knows that. So I feel like knowing that she should move a bit differently. It's sad that like she has to, but not even part of her brand is her public image. So you have to move differently. Like,
I mean,
now,
she even got back into it with Candy as well.
I'm gonna talk about that a little bit too. But what I will say is, now if she had taken to Instagram and said what she said, and addressed Craig, then it would have been different, because he said what he said on YouTube. It's a public platform. She said what she said on her platform. Y'all like neck and neck. I do think that it looks kind of wild to be as old as you are, going to somebody's event and then doing that at an event that people, I'm assuming, paid to be there to see him and Maddie.
That's why it was weird to me, that I was just like, first of all, who handed her the microphone?
Anybody probably did.
Which means that thing had to be staged, or
well, I don't think it was staged, but Tamar and Maddie are friends.
No, I get it. So like somebody had to set that up.
I don't know that Maddie knew that she was going.
Or do you think that Tamar just showed up, or
just I don't think that she just showed. I think she's friends with Maddie. So she probably went on the strength of like, Maddie got this live show, but also while I'm here, I'm going to address a few things.
But then she also got disrespectful, which I really did not like.
She definitely did get disrespectful.
Because that's what Tamar does. Tamar really doesn't know when to stop. And she has been doing this for a long time. And I know a lot of people say that, well, Tamar has grown. You have to tell me when.
Tamar hasn't grown fully because she is not consistent with it.
No.
So while she does have moments and has had moments like publicly where she's like, you know what, I'm not even doing this. And it's like, kudos to you. She backslides. but then 30 minutes later, she was like, I am going to do this. Now we are taking it there. Because like when she was definitely disrespectful.
When she doesn't know when to stop, she keeps going and keeps going. Because I remember the time it was like the Tamar event show. And then like, I believe they were on the beach. And like, Vince was sitting next to her and she just kept talking. He was like, listen, I'm just going to leave because if you're just going to keep talking, I'm just going to keep talking. And then here go Tamar, yeah, I'm going to keep talking because that's what I do. And that man over there, he can't do anything to me because I'm me and I do whatever I want to do. You're being weird now. Like you're being out of control, which is what people have already labeled you as, to say that you are out of control. You don't know how to handle yourself. Obviously you're really good for reality TV because of your personality. But like sometimes you got to take the reality out of it. And you just really have to be Tamar. But if that's really you 100% of the time, 1,000% of the time, something has to change somewhere where you aren't able to control yourself when somebody comes at you, or when somebody says something negative about you. Somebody's gonna talk about you every day. You're in the light. You're in the public. Like you have to know when it's just like I really rather she said, I heard what you said. Usually I get people together, but I won't today. And I won't ever do that. Or once again, with y'all being 40, 50, 60, and 70, being up on that stage doing that.
70 is heinous.
Doing that is really crazy to do that in front of people. And as black people, it's already enough.
Yeah.
That we're literally coming at each other, putting each other down. And then you're going to call him sis and all that stuff. Like, he literally could have called you the B word back. It was like, now I'm being respectful. And I would want you to be the same way. I understand that you're mad about something. I get it, but calling me out my name is a little ridiculous. What happened now?
No, that just opens the door to another topic. She definitely was mad disrespectful, especially because he had told her, like, don't call me girl, don't call me sis.
Yeah.
And she kept doing it. I feel like that's super disrespectful. Tamar. And then she later had said something like, to the effect of like, well, I didn't know that, all gay guys don't like being called girl or whatever.
I don't like being called that.
But it's just like, it doesn't matter whether you knew that in advance. It doesn't matter, gay, straight. He asked you to not do that.
He asked you politely.
Continued to do it. So whether you knew that in advance or not, you continued to do something that he asked you not to do.
Yes.
That was disrespectful. And you cannot tell me, for as long as you've been in this industry, because she's been in this industry since the 90s, you cannot tell me
even from her first album, that wasn't even, that it was good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't tell me that you didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me that.
And I'm sure that you've been around all types of gay people, from like the most flamboyant to the ones that are on DL. My Lord. And you've probably seen everything in between. So, like, I'm really trying to understand, like, why did you have to go against, well, when you're all for the community, right? You're all for Black people. You're all for wanting to see people win. But I don't think you like to see people win that much. I mean, you probably do. But then you'll probably try to make something negative about it.
She just can't handle people speaking negatively about her. And I don't understand how you can want to be in the entertainment industry, and you can't, like, your skin is not fit.
It's very, very thin. Very thin. Like, we're definitely talking paper thin. I'm thinking rice noodle thin.
Not
like,
rice
literally.
Noodle.
But yeah. What did you think about when Candy did the whole thing? When Candy was on, I think it was on Extra. She was on E or Entertainment or E News or something like that, and she said,
listen, Candy is another one, and I think that's because, like, just from, like, watching the Housewives and stuff, Candy not as innocent. Like, Candy don't be innocent, and I feel like people, I don't know what it is why people just, like, rally around her, but she do some.
I think it's because she has great connections.
Some super shady stuff. So the original beef between her and Tamar, like, really was not Tamar's fault.
No.
So when I think, was it Breakfast Club that Tamar was on, and they asked her about it, and she had spoke a little bit about it, she did not shade Candy. But Candy took that as an opportunity to then turn around and be shady. Like, for what? Like, because she knew, and I feel like she did that because she knew that then if Tamar had turned around and said something, it would have been, again, Tamar always doing this, and Tamar always doing that.
I literally think
Candy
it's because
Candy.
I think because Candy has great. She's a great network all by herself. Like, she's a fantastic businesswoman by herself. So I think, and she has put a lot of people on where, like, they'll say, like, hey, I'm trying to start this business or something like that. Candy will literally connect you with the person to make it happen. I think that's why people rally for her a lot, is because she's always in the industry giving somebody a chance or trying to set somebody up for success. So I think that's why a lot of people are always going to be in Candy's corner.
Well, they say broken clocks are right twice a day.
For sure.
So somebody, I mean, never mind. I ain't going to go there. I'm just going to say it's a lot of people that put people on that are not decent people.
No, very much so. No, but that's what I'm saying. People are rallying for her because, not saying that Candy is a terrible person. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
but
I'm not saying that either.
What I'm saying is they probably don't see the real Candy, of course. But from what they see as a businesswoman, she is killing the game. And, like, everybody respects her to a T because she not only, she sings, but, she writes as well. She dances, and she's still killing it. I mean, she's literally in one of the most popular female groups.
In the 90s.
In the 90s, for sure, because nothing past that. But, I still give it to her because, I mean, she holds it down when it comes to being a businesswoman, and she always looks good, always. Very fashionable.
Beautiful gowns.
No, don't do that, because Candy really has a great style.
Now,
yeah, for sure now, yeah. But I do love Candy. I do love Candy.
First few seasons.
And I do love Tamar as well, too. I really do. I just think that at some point she has to really grow up. And I don't think that's ever going to happen because she's already like 72. So I don't know how much more growing we can do.
You have to stop giving people these ages.
I'm sorry.
I really, really, really think you do.
Just like I'm 13, typical stuff.
All right. We can finish up. We can talk about the Orange Bowl. All right, so he put out these executive orders, and this executive order, and I know it is, like, centered around the Smithsonian, but, like, as a whole, because it's like 7 of them.
Yeah.
Like, I think they all on a block.
Yeah.
Just like Smithsonian Avenue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you what it says.
Smithsonian Avenue is really annoying.
So it says on March 27th, the president issued an executive order titled "Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History." First of all,
restoring
sidebar, like just follow me. Yes. The titles of these executive orders that he drops are really crazy to me.
Well, he's a crazy man. Very crazy.
Anyway. It says, over the past decade, Americans have witnessed a concerted and widespread effort to rewrite our nation's history, replacing objective facts with a distorted narrative driven by ideology rather than truth. Under this historical revision, our nation's unparalleled legacy of advancing liberty, individual rights, and human happiness is reconstructed as inherently racist, sexist, oppressive, and otherwise irredeemably flawed. Trump singled out a few museums, including the Smithsonian, dedicating a whole section of the order on saving the institution from divisive race-centered ideology.
WTF. So they want to rewrite?
No, what he's saying is the Smithsonian Museums sharing the history of our country as it is basically they are trying to rewrite history.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. They're literally trying to rewrite.
Yeah, so apparently, like, none of this stuff ever happened.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, we're taking actual factual artifacts that were in the history of our nation, and they want to kind of take that out and kind of reconstruct it to an ideology of what he believes it was.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's your guy. I mean,
whose guy? I don't know him.
I'm trying to understand why would that be such a big topic for right now? Now, I do understand him with the education department. I understand of what he did with that. I know that he was trying to take certain history out of the schools and things like that, that he only wanted certain curriculums, and if they're not going to abide by the administration, that they're going to be defunded. Mm-hmm. So this is all just putting more into it to get the gears going at this point. Because if I can mess with artifacts, and if I can mess with, actual factual things and say that it probably wasn't true, that means that I can really change the whole course of history. That's your guy. I can't.
And I won't.
I can't.
So many other things
he already
that
don't
we
like
could
black
be
history.
Focused on, and
so many other things that we could really be focused on. So many other things. But like a museum that's by itself minding its business.
Minding. On Smithsonian
just
Avenue.
There. Just there minding minding his business.
It's really crazy.
What is the problem with history? I mean, I will say this. When I was in high school, hated it.
I still do.
Hated it a lot. Never was. I was never, really happy walking to class.
No, yeah, there were certain errors. Class. There were certain errors, yes, and I was like, "Yes, I'm here for all of this."
For sure. But like, I never said, "Ooh, giddy, we're going to history." Never said that. Never did. Did I love Black history? Absolutely, because I would love to know about my history. The same thing that he's trying to let go of. But like, that's one thing that I always look forward to learn about is my history, But obviously, that man doesn't believe anything happened for Black people besides slavery. I'm pretty sure he's gonna keep that there.
Who knows?
No, he's definitely gonna keep that there because he definitely wants to make sure he holds something above our head.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to get rid of that.
Why? So that we don't get our reparations?
They ain't coming.
I mean, never will. Yeah. No matter what president's in there, we ain't getting it.
It's all just a power trip. As far
it really is. And I mean, like he said that he is going to try to make sure that he is the very last president. He's going to try everything in his power. Simpsons, I'm still waiting. I would never wish death on anybody. I mean, never in my life. But the Simpsons, when are you coming? That's your guy. I can't stand. Oh, I was about to say the N word. Jesus.
All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk about something a bit more serious.
Okay, I'm here for this.
Let's talk about being teachable.
Oh, I like this.
All
I
right.
like where this is going.
One day I was, scrolling through my social and came across this thread, and it kinda got me together a little bit. It made me go, exactly.
I'm here for this.
All right, so it's a lot. It's a lot. But bear with me.
We have time.
We got right.
We have time.
So it's the thread was centered around being teachable and how you know that you're teachable. So it gave a lot of, I guess, suggestions or tips. So one is to pause before reacting. Right.
Whew.
Right. So it says correction stings, but before getting defensive, take a moment to breathe. Instead of reacting in frustration, listen first. Often correction is not an attack, but an opportunity for growth.
Nah, I'm going to curse you out. Smooth curse you out.
This is why this is for you.
It's like, no, I would not do that. No.
It says check your heart for pride. Pride makes correction feel like an insult, but humility allows it to shape you. Ask yourself, am I rejecting this correction because it's wrong or because I don't want to be wrong?
People love to do that one.
This one is an interesting one.
My pearls are being clutched.
It says separate the message from the messenger.
Woo!
So it says God can use anyone to correct you, even people you don't like or expect. Don't reject wisdom just because you don't like who's delivering it.
Somebody put us in A flat.
All right. This
Holy
says,
Ghost key.
ask God for discernment. Not all correction is godly, so ask God for wisdom to recognize truth. If correction aligns with scripture and convicts your heart, it's something to take seriously. This one says express gratitude even when it's hard. A teachable heart appreciates correction even when it's uncomfortable. Instead of arguing, try saying, thank you for helping me grow. Gratitude keeps you open to learning. Apply what
I'm sorry. That would be a time where the people do the little. That's the time when you do the little.
Apply what you've learned. Correction means nothing if it doesn't lead to change. Be intentional about applying what you've learned so you can grow in wisdom and character.
Who wrote these?
I don't know.
They need a book.
Remember, correction is love. God corrects those he loves. If he's allowing you to be corrected, it's because he's shaping you into something greater. Embrace it as an act of love, not punishment. All right.
You better teach us these moments.
And then the last one is it's about building you up. Correction is not about breaking you down. It's about building you up. A teachable spirit leads to wisdom, favor, and success.
I'm so here for that. I am definitely here for that. Especially that first one.
Yeah. So do you think you're teachable?
I am. I believe now I am.
Ooh, I love that.
For
Why
sure.
now?
Now because back then I loved to hear the own sound of my voice.
Oh. Back then they didn't want me.
No, like I think it's because like I always wanted to be heard, even though it may have sounded very dumb, very unknowledgeable, and things like that. And I think that now in this season, I'm trying to learn as much as I can. And anybody who's willing to teach with the right credentials, I'm always willing to listen. But there definitely was a time that I wasn't really teachable. I wasn't, because I believe I thought I already knew it all, and there's nothing you could really teach me about life. Especially when we used to with our parents, they used to tell us to do it one way, but did another way, and then like their way was totally right the first time, but then it's just like, all right. But still, like, it don't even matter. Like, and, in those moments, I really was not teachable. I really wasn't. But I'm happy that I'm at a spot now where I want to be a sponge that can absorb and make every moment teachable. How about you?
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I am. Sometimes I struggle with.
You think even now today, what areas do you think you may struggle in that you don't think should be a teachable moment, or you're not accepting the teachable moment? I'm sorry.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a specific area, because there are, I guess, moments like at work, at home, and things like that where I struggle to accept like the criticism. Sometimes it's about the way it's presented, right? Because so like sometimes at work, right? You know, you're going on about your day, you're doing this, whatever. And, you found out that you did something, maybe not necessarily incorrectly, but it didn't meet the expectations of like your manager. But like them expectations were never discussed.
Right.
So like I have, I struggle in those moments because it's like, so did I do it wrong, or did I just not do it the way that you wanted me to actually do it? And so
that's a good point, though.
Yeah, I mean, but
that also can be 50-50 to really think about that. Because that's not only a teachable moment for me, that's a teachable moment for the other person too.
I'm screaming. No,
because like both of us, like you said, a broken clock can be right twice in a day. We both could be right, and we can work through that teachable moment together. That might be really good for even relationships and things like that, or even partners and friendships and things like that. I think that's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah. But I try to be. I try my hardest.
Listen, I try. That's all we can.
So hard,
That's all we can do at this point. My
how do you think that you respond to like criticism?
I'm not gonna lie, it's a little hard. Can I give a crazy example?
Sure.
There was even though the person said it in a really funny way, it hurt my feelings. And if the person's watching, Lord, trust me, I'm over it now. But at the time, I definitely wasn't. And I know we kind of laughed it off and things like that, but it really wasn't funny. Somebody told me that when I first started my platform, like my TikTok and things like that, they called me one-dimensional. And said that my content that I put out is one-dimensional. Like I put out the same content like all the time. Right.
Did they elaborate, or did they just kind of leave it there?
No, they kind of just left it there.
Okay.
They left it there, and I was, I laughed it off, but in the back of my mind, I'm just like, well, is it one-dimensional, or like, like it definitely hurt a lot because like Erykah Badu, I'm real serious about my so somebody saying that, me hearing that, I did not receive that feedback the way I think I should have, but I used that for the greater good, for my actual platform. Because I think that pushed me to do things outside of the box.
See, but you also, you open up something else, because if you're going to critique someone, right, like you kind of got to give a little more than just the critique. Right. Like to just be like, oh, your stuff is one-dimensional, and like just leave it there. Like, well, what do you mean? Yeah. Like, because what am I supposed to do with that? Like, I feel like if you're gonna give somebody feedback, it's gotta be actionable feedback.
Right. Or at least like, because obviously I'm not going to take criticism from somebody who isn't doing what I'm doing. Like that's just like a whole doctor. That is like a whole doctor telling me how to do a podcast. Like, you can't show me how to do that because we've been doing this for like some time now. And you don't have one episode out. You never talked to nobody, haven't had a guest on or anything. Like, you never got in front of a microphone knowing that it may look easy from the screen. It may look easy, but like this thing isn't like easy. It's very fun.
Critiquing with no credentials.
No, with no... That's a word. But yeah, like if the person was almost doing the same thing that I was doing, but they weren't doing it to the magnitude that I was doing it, or as serious as I am, with me being a content creator, because the person isn't a content creator. And I'll tell you the name after this. And and yeah, so even though you want to give me like some criticism and things like that, make sure that it's actually constructive.
Yeah.
Like, I totally get that you want to have a point of view. I totally get that you want to tell me something to say, like, you can do this a little bit better. Yeah, that's fine and all. But either you're talking from a viewer standpoint, or you actually talk from a standpoint of the person that's, I'm actually doing this thing.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen you do it.
Oop.
So, like, at the same time, like, people always have to watch what their feedback is.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah, I think that's what, in those moments where I struggle to like take the feedback or take the criticism, it's like, I don't know what to do with that. You haven't given me enough.
Yeah.
And especially if I ask
for me
you
to
for
construct.
more, especially if I ask you for more and you can't really elaborate, then I'm just kind of like, don't know what to do. That's just like, it's like, oh, you're being an a-hole right now. And I'm just like, well, wait, what I do? You're just being an a-hole. Okay, well, I don't know what to fix.
You have to tell me something.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Like, you got to give me a little bit more.
Right.
So that I can know like what I need to work on. Because if that's not my intention, that I don't recognize what I'm doing that may come across that way. You got to help me help you. No,
seriously, because like, and with that person being a friend, a close friend, it's like, I would rather you have pulled me to the side and said that, like, hey, I think you can do this a little bit better, or this a little bit better, or like, hey, I've seen other people do this. Say, hey, watch this person, or like give certain examples, but just don't drop like that big shell. And I'm gonna laugh it off. I'm like, trying to not make it awkward in the room, but I'm just like, I'm just laughing it off pretty much. But at that time, I was not able to receive that type of feedback, because I'm not even in the right space for you to even say anything like that, whatsoever. So I would say, just like you answered the first time, it goes up and down. Teachable moments, I'm always here for. But like, if somebody isn't really giving me great feedback and they're just trying to, because it's the difference between trying to break somebody down and really trying to build them up.
And you make a good point about being in the right headspace. Like, you should maybe ask the person, like, hey, can I give you some feedback?
Thank you.
Because a person may not be in a space where they can receive any type of feedback. Sometimes, whether it's positive or negative. Like, I don't have it right now.
I mean, to be honest, and at that time, I was just posting because it was just something I was happy to do.
Right.
Like, I don't think I was like taking it as seriously. I think like after that, that's when things started to go up, when I started to get paid on TikTok and things like that. This was literally like a couple, okay, because that's when the bill started being paid. But yeah, that really did hurt my feelings at the time. But now when I look back on it, I'm like, I'm glad that you did say that, because I took it and ran with it.
Period.
And like, now look at me being more than one dimensional. Now I'm very multi-dimensional. So,
I love that.
It was definitely a teachable moment for sure. And I think that I took that teachable moment well, but I didn't take that feedback well.
Yeah.
I did not, no.
Yeah.
But I battle with that. How about you?
I still battle. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, nobody wants to hear that they're wrong, or that they did something wrong, or that they could be doing it better, especially if it's something that you care about, right? Something that you're passionate about, something that you love to do. So, we are human.
We are. We definitely are, yeah. And I think in that moment, I know that he didn't, or the person in me, any ill will towards me. It was just that when you said that, I took that to heart. And you was probably saying it in a very light way, or a very funny light way. But
that's
I mean,
not even funny or light.
It still hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, that is very true. That's not light at all when you tell somebody that. Like, especially when you like, you go back, you edit your own stuff, and then somebody say like, yeah, it was all right. You be like, excuse me, ho? It was actually fantastic. Thank you very much.
No fact. All right, before we get out of here, let's end this on a lighter note.
Ooh, I love a light note.
let's dive into our inner child. Let's talk about some cartoons.
Oh my gosh. First of all, I'm so glad we finally got here because, we talked about movies, talk about music, we talk about TV shows, and now we're talking about cartoons. I'm so here for it.
I still watch cartoons.
I still do.
Not ashamed
Very
to
much
say.
so to this day.
But what were your faves growing up?
My faves, and there's no specific order because I definitely have my notes here. Pinky and the Brain.
Period.
Pinky and the Brain was very top tier. Like very, very much so top tier.
I don't know who created it, but kudos.
I mean, kudos to them. I love a little Rocco's Modern Life.
Yes, Rocco.
Love Rocco. I think Rocco's fantastic. A little cat dog.
Alone in the World with a little cat
dog. Doug. Can never go wrong with Dougie Boy.
Loved Pork Chop.
Never. Loved Pork Chop. What was the blue man's name again? I'm so sorry. Ski. Loved him. SpongeBob, of course. I think that's that goes in. That should be a Hall of Fame cartoon.
It really should.
The Wild Thornberries.
Because Darwin.
Listen. Oh my God. He always gave me life. Another one that was on the other network, the Powerpuff Girls.
Absolutely.
Absolutely a top tier cartoon, literally. And the last one that I had on here, even though there's many, many more, I can go on, but Sailor Moon. That was another great one as well.
Fighting evil by moonlight. I love it.
When them girls came together, I said, my Lord. I said, oh my God.
Oh my God. I watched so many.
You?
I watched so many. First of all, I used to watch Pokemon. So in the 90s.
Great show.
Never missed the episode.
I actually like Digimon better, but
I think I fell off of it after the first movie because I didn't really care for the movie, and then after that, I was just like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
I mean, I will always get sad at that time that Pikachu tried to zap Ash back to life.
Yeah,
and I said, I can't do this. She said, because I can't do it. Shut up.
You're so annoying. In addition to all of the cartoons that you mentioned, I have notes too here as well. So we did all the networks. We did Cartoon Network. We did Nickelodeon. We did Disney. We did
the Saturday morning.
One Saturday morning.
Because Pepper Ann, my lord.
So the WB and all of them.
Yeah.
So Animaniacs, triple platinum in my house.
Oh my God. When an Animaniac.
Tiny Toon Adventures.
Oh.
Always. Never missed the episode.
You had time to deep dive. I'm here for this. Okay.
Never missed the episode. What else? Johnny Bravo and Dexter's Lab.
Ooh.
Always
First of all,
watched.
Dexter's Lab has always been top tier, especially Dee. Oh my God. Loved her.
I'm screaming. I know you hate this show, but me and we watched the Rugrats.
Ew.
I know you hate it.
That is the worst cartoon ever.
I can't believe that you feel that. You know what? Your opinions.
Listen,
really
y'all will cancel me one day. I don't care no more.
I have known you for 20 years, and sometimes I'm like, who is this person?
I love Peeps. I
Ridiculous.
hate the Rugrats.
You think Wendy's Nuggets are number one?
Wendy's Nuggets are definitely number one.
Ridiculous.
What?
Ridiculous.
No, you're ridiculous. Because the top nugget is definitely Wendy's hands down.
No, they taste like sponge. Bob,
you have to be stopped.
You
have to be stopped. I'll take a spicy nugget any day.
Now, the spicy are good, but a regular Wendy's nugget?
I'll always get the spicy one.
Oh, okay. Well, see, you didn't say that.
I mean, who do you think has the best nugget? I can't believe we're talking about this right now. It's about to get heated. I'm screaming. And you better not say Chick-fil-A.
To be honest, I mean...
Don't piss me off.
They are the nuggets I eat the most.
I'm really not the most.
But I wouldn't even say that, but I'm not really a chicken nugget person.
What, are you chicken tender?
I do like a tender. I do like a tender. And Popeyes does have the best
Popeyes
tenders.
has the best tenders for sure.
If they're spicy.
Popeyes has the best everything.
If it's spicy.
If it's spicy, for sure.
Got
sure.
it.
But the reason why I don't like Rugrats is because I hated Tommy.
How do you hate Tommy?
Tommy irked me so bad. The only two people I like was Dill and Susie.
That's crazy.
Everybody else can really go to the pits.
Could do without Dill.
As babies. No.
I actually could do without Dill.
I'm sorry, not Dill. No. I could have really went without Tommy and Chucky. Chucky really pissed me off every episode.
I'm not gonna lie, I could have went without Chucky too.
Chucky pissed me off every episode. Hey, Tommy, I'm tired. Chucky, we're tired. I can't do this anymore with you.
Very, very, very tired.
I can't.
Hey Arnold.
Great.
Sitting on the stoop.
Hey, football head. Great show. Start to finish.
Let's take it back a little bit. Arthur.
You know, that's my guy. The whole family, like, you know, they my cousins. Oh, my God.
DW was so savage.
DW was a menace to society.
She really was.
A whole menace, for real.
She really, really was.
Love her, though. Mm-hmm. I love her. But she definitely would do very bad things and hide her hands. Didn't like that about her.
You remember Kablam?
Oh, yeah. That's who you take it.
Saturday night. Snick.
I mean, we really could throw a little Blue's Clues in there.
Always.
I mean,
with Steve.
With Steve, though. There could be nobody else.
Nobody else.
And it's crazy because when Steve was literally on social media, like, telling us, like, hey there, bud. I was like, Steve, there's a lot going on right now.
Cried so bad.
I'm like, Steve, you see us out here struggling. Steve, we can't do this without you. We can't.
What cartoons do you still watch?
Hands down, Family Guy and American Dad. Mm-hmm. Those are like the top two for sure.
Best songs. Steve or Stewie?
You can't do that. Hold on. Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, let me be very clear about something. Okay. Okay, Steve really can sing black people music. And he can really hold it down.
Steve did Trapped in the Closet.
No, like he really be singing. When he was in the desert with his shirt open singing.
Like Joe the Sing?
No, he was really killing. I said, why are you singing like this? Like, what are we doing?
Gosh, why?
But I'm not gonna lie, Stewie be singing down.
No, Stewie,
you know really be singing Brian. That baritone,
Brian
my God.
really be singing.
He really sounds like the love boat. I was like, sing, Brian. No, Brian really got pipes, though.
No,
like, Brian really got pipes. But I would definitely have to choose Steve. I think Steve definitely has to be the one. Because Steve really just be like, and the way he start the song, I crack up a little bit, but then I'm just like, sir, sing the song if you have time.
I'm screaming. SpongeBob had good songs, too. Because the best time to wear a striped sweater is all the time. That
time when they were doing the marching band, I said, all y'all can really go to hell. Not the way y'all really went out there and killed it like that. Like, seriously.
Yo.
I mean, cartoons, I really thank God we were born in the year that we were in the 90s because, like, we really had the best cartoons. Like today, I see that they got the little cartoons, you know, what was happening now. But it was never to the standard of the 90s. It was never to that standard.
Or before the 90s.
Even when we go to, like, Rocket Power, when that came out, too.
Rocket Power.
I mean, literally, like, some of these shows were, like, really, really great.
Even the shows before, like, our time, because, like, Scooby-Doo was out in like the 60s.
Where are you?
Josie and the Pussycats. I used to watch that.
Oh, that's
all the
a great
time.
one.
Right.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yes. I actually really hate this show, but my mom loves it. Johnny Quest. So I used to.
I like Johnny. I like Johnny Quest. He's pretty good. Yeah, he's good. I like him.
Never turned it on.
Like, never said put that Johnny Quest on.
Never. But if it's on,
I like it. It's okay. You know?
I remember when cable was just like making channels, like just to make channels.
Yes. And
they had separated Cartoon Network. So you had Cartoon Network that had like the newer stuff because that's where I used to watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That's another one. And then they had Boomerang with all the throwback cartoons. Yes. Mm-hmm. So my mom used to watch Boomerang all the time because those was like the cartoons that she used to watch. So like the Flintstones and the Jetsons and all of them. Top tier
the Jetsons.
Top tier cartoons.
Love the Jetsons.
They lied to us because we should be flying in cars and things.
They did lie.
By now.
You know what was another good one? I actually just looked this up. Bobby's World.
Bobby's World with the Jamaican mom.
Yeah. Bobby's
I
World
used
was
to
a really
love the
good
intro
one.
with him riding through the house on his tricycle.
What about Beavis and Butthead? Did you watch that one?
I wasn't allowed to watch
Yeah,
Beavis and
that was a little
Butthead.
vulgar.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed.
It was a little crazy. I do remember that. Oh, Gargoyles.
Watched it. My mom loved it, so I watched it.
Okay.
A pup named Scooby Doo. Watched that.
That was on there. How about Cow and Chicken? Did you like that one?
I did like Cow and Chicken.
I feel like Cow and Chicken got on my nerves a little bit.
Cow and Chicken did get on my nerves. I literally used to watch Cow and Chicken for I Am Weasel.
What about Our Real Monsters? That
Top
was a good
tier,
one for
like
you. That
running
was a really
home
good one.
from school to watch it.
No, those are some really good ones. Yeah. What about Daria?
I would still watch Daria. Honestly.
You would?
Yeah.
I feel like Daria really got on my nerves after a while. We didn't say Ed
like
and
me.
Eddie.
Not the Eds. And Baljeet and Plank.
No, wait, Plank. Plank was my guy, okay? Plank could do no wrong in my eyes. How did you like Futurama?
I didn't watch it.
No? You didn't watch that one? I know they came on Fox, I think. I think that's where it came on.
I watched some of it with Bender.
Yeah, the girl with the one eye.
Yeah, I watched it somewhat, but it was like, I would rather watch like Family Guy.
I feel like it's like a hit or miss a little
Bob's
bit.
Burgers.
Bob's, that's another good one. I like Bob's.
You know what show I kind of got into, but again, I don't really seek it out anymore? Archer. Archer was like another FX, like Adult Swim situation.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was not suitable for children.
No,
but
definitely not. Definitely not. Did we say Courage?
The Cowardly
Dog. That was a really good one too.
It was. They used to be stressing Courage out.
And the grandma just happy every single day, just having her own life, and Courage is literally going around the world to make sure that them two don't die, and the world doesn't go under.
Poor baby.
I know, really.
Poor baby. I'm trying to think of some other ones.
I mean, I should the list right here. That,
you better Google. I love the research.
Listen, I got
Give me some more.
Hysteria. I don't think I've seen South Park. We didn't even talk about that one. Did you like South Park?
South Park has episodes that I found to be like hilarious.
Yeah.
But like I did not watch the show as a whole. I think my
definitely
favorite
wasn't even allowed to.
That too. I think my favorite episode was when Butters was a pimp and he was selling kisses.
Love Butters. Butters was really my guy.
That episode is trash. Oh my God. Like sitting there, like even as an adult, because I actually just watched that episode like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why is this on TV? I was really rolling the entire time.
I'm trying to understand. How did you feel about King of the Hill?
You know what? As a kid, I did not really like King of the Hill. So, but you know, would come on Adult Swim, and sometimes like I would fall asleep with my TV on. So it would be like American Dad, Family Guy, and then like King of the Hill would come on. Mm-hmm. And King of the Hill actually is really hilarious.
It really is, yeah. Especially really Bobby, because Bobby
and
the other guy that really can't speak, he like
Boomhauer.
Yeah, Boomhauer.
Yes, no. The King of the Hill actually is really funny. I did not appreciate its comedy.
I did not appreciate it when I was younger, because I'm just like, turn this trash off. Like, who are these people?
I did watch The Simpsons.
I don't know who. I did too.
I wasn't really allowed, but I did.
I don't think I ever
liked it.
No, I don't think I ever said, "Whoa, gotta turn the Simpsons on."
Yeah,
like I never said that.
Like came up in
it
the
just
lineup.
came up on there. Now the Simpson movie, top tier movie, top tier movie. I also like the episode when Daryl Coley is singing the national anthem, and they say that's how all black people sing the national anthem, and it took him like 20 minutes to sing it because he hit every single run. What did you think? I never heard of. Freakazoid.
I did watch Freakazoid.
Did you like that one?
I did. I forgot all about that. That was a Cartoon Network situation.
Yeah. Oh, I actually really loved this show when I was but it came on after hours on Cartoon Network. Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
I hate it.
Really?
I hate it. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Like, please get off of my TV.
I really like that one. No, what made you not like that?
I don't know.
I thought it was so
You know what it
hilarious.
was that was the one with that stupid praying mantis, right?
Yeah.
Pissed me off. Why are you here?
In space.
Like, why?
Those are the only ones. And then Tiny Toons Adventures.
Yes, that's my
That
show.
was another one too, yeah. But that the number 2 spot was the most watched was Bobby's World, then Tailspin.
Definitely watched Tailspin.
Tailspin, it was only on for it was 1 year, if I'm not mistaken. The number 4 is Doug. The number 5 is the Ren and Stimpy show.
I did watch Ren and Stimpy. Very inappropriate.
Always been.
Yeah.
Very much so. I'm surprised that wasn't during the late night wee hours or anything.
You know who we ain't talk about? Angry Beavers.
Oh. Now, those were really my guys. Like, literally, I love to see them come on the screen every single time. It was always a joy. Always a joy.
I'm cracking up. You did mention Pepper Ann because that.
Yes, Pepper Ann was very top tier. Mm-hmm. And
Recess.
You know who actually was my favorite character? The Ashleys, the girls.
The Ashleys were
They
hilarious.
Really
You know who really used to take me out? King Bob. Because what are you doing? Why are you here?
Also, how did y'all create like a whole little lounge inside of a gosh darn playground? Like they all went zoom into the thing, and it's like sofas and chairs and stuff.
And the
and
tires.
tables. Yeah, I'm like, y'all
Recess
had
was
to go
really
to hell.
like a top tier show.
It
like
was really a
all
top
the
tier show.
different kids, because you had the Digger kids. Upside Down Girl,
Yeah.
the Peanut Butter Kid,
Yes.
the kindergartners were crazy,
Ridiculous. Well, who was the big guy, the tall big guy?
Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey. But
Yeah.
Mikey could sing his behind off, though.
did.
He
He was a
definitely, and the boy
great-
was very good at poetry.
Was.
Very good.
Was.
Very good. And definitely loved Ashley as well, even though she never wanted to be one of the Ashleys.
You calling her Ashley is hilarious.
That was her name, wasn't it? What was her name again?
Spinelli.
Oh,
I mean,
Spinelli.
her name was Ashley Spinelli. I remember when they threw that bone to us.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
you just referring to her as Ashley is crazy. You always want to call
And,
somebody by their
also
government.
loved TJ. Love that guy. Love TJ. TJ was really great. I mean, now that was an actual top tier
It really was.
cartoon. I'm so glad that we grew up in the time they grew up, because these kids will never know how excited we were to just go home and be
watch
inside.
Cartoons.
And be totally fine with just watching cartoons. Not scrolling on the phone, not being outside
Watching
trying to be
cartoons
crazy or
and
anything
eating
like
cereal.
that. And that was it. We were excited for Saturday morning.
One
Excited.
Saturday morning to be exact.
Yeah, literally.
5 hours of summer
Ready
once a
5
week.
hours. What a time to be alive. Oh my
Really,
gosh.
really was. It really, really was. Well, that wraps up episode
Oh my God.
7.
This time goes by so quick.
I know,
My God.
I know. So you guys already know what to do. Follow
Yes.
us on social media. You follow us on Instagram at I'm Not in the Mood Podcast
Yes, sir.
_24. You can follow me on my page at Pooh _1991.
Yeah, that's the year she was born. And Mr. Please Don't Irk Me, I am Please Don't Irk Me on all of my platforms. Besides, I think YouTube, and that's the Please Don't Irk Me show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll catch you on the socials.
Yes, make sure you guys like. Oh my God, because make sure there's a comment somewhere.
Yep.
Because listen, I'm going to be in that comment section. You heard? And then make sure you subscribe as well.
Yep. Share
Please
the
make
video.
Sure. Yes.
Share our posts, share our threads and our
Yes,
shorts
please.
and our everything.
And it's one thing that we do before we go. We love supporting other people. Like, we really do. So usually when we see support coming to us, we literally try to exude it right back to those same platforms.
All of that.
Every single word. My God.
All right, y'all. Until next time.
Yes, until next time.
For episode 8. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of that one. See y'all.
See y'all.